What's going on, guys? It's Eric Buikema from the Saiyan Lifestyle, and today I'm coming to you with a video that, I wanted to remake this video anyway, and for whatever reason, YouTube decided to delete my other video because it hates videos that speak the truth about fitness. And also, last video, I got a little too into things, and I kind of read that from the comments and how many thumbs down I got or dislikes I got on the video. And you know what, I'm not gonna make any excuses. When I talk about this stuff, I'm super passionate about it, so I get really into it. And there were some things I wish I could have said just a little bit better. But anyways, let's get into what this video is all about. Now, I originally saw this video on a Scott Herman video where you know how YouTube brings up ads before every video. I don't pay for YouTube, so I'm going to watch the ads. Well, I saw an ad for this thing, and then I saw it mentioned in the same video that Scott Herman made. I will link his video in the description down below so you can check it out. And also, if you just don't know Scott Herman yet, what are you doing? You are missing out on so much potential growth and so much knowledge. Definitely go check him out. So this guy, Jeff Scallon, he really believes that his new fitness device is going to help guys sculpt their chest. And right away, just when he said that, he promised that, I was already super skeptical. Because in my life, I have seen a lot of these fitness 9000 machine inventions come out, promise you sculpted abs, ladies sculpted legs, sculpted butts, toned up, whatever it is. I've seen so many ads like that. So I'm already super skeptical about this. Now before I go any further into the video, let's get right into what this video is, and I'll show you some parts from it.
Jeff Scallon here with Pec Sculptor. I can't tell you how many men I've met that can bench press 200, 250, 300 pounds or more, but they can't seem to get that definition in the chest that they're looking for.
So the first thing Jeff mentions is that he doesn't know how many guys he knows that can bench 200, 300, even 500 pounds and still don't have a sculpted chest. And I kind of was waiting in the video for him to bring out guys like that who could bench that much but did not have a sculpted chest, because almost every guy I know who can do that has a sculpted chest. Like when you look at power lifters who can bench that much, I mean, they're not lean like Jeff's side lean, but they have a sculpted chest. And they are benching 3, 4, even 500 pounds. And the other thing about his ad that really caught me off guard is when he shows a picture to the left where it shows a guy that's kind of like man boobs, who looks like he just does not lift at all, doesn't go to the gym. And then he shows another picture on the right, which kind of looks like an IFBB Pro bodybuilder, their chest. And a lot of these new magical fitness devices, what they like to do and what everyone loves to do in the fitness industry that really pisses me off, but is that they will put someone who has a great physique already, like chiseled muscles, like you can see them, they'll put them on the cover of this fitness machine and say, hey, this person uses this to get sculpted abs or sculpted arms or whatever. And so that, I already kind of guessed that this was just another shitty fitness device infomercial. That was my thought in the whole thing.
Function of the pectoral muscles to take the arm and bring it across the body. The Pec Sculptor matches that range of motion perfectly. It's like having a cable crossover machine with you wherever you go.
Now in this scene with Dr. Kevin, the one thing that I seriously laughed at, that I didn't know if this was like a truth or a prank, was the really bad CGI background. And I mean, this kind of reminds me of 7th grade when I was doing an Explore class and we were looking at film and we could not create green screen anything. It just looked like a freaking Nintendo 64 background, which if any of you do not know what a Nintendo 64 is, you are way too young to be watching these videos. But I also really hope that when he said this machine perfectly mimics the motion of like a pec deck or a cable fly. Oop! I did so not mean to do that. If you laughed at that, hit me with that like button if you haven't already, because I so not mean to do that. Anyway, so I hope he realizes that doing a cable flyer or pec deck is not what's going to help you get sculpted chest. But the other thing that kind of threw me off about this video is the fact that when he's wearing a white lab coat, usually with doctors, they will have their name on it over the left pec of what they are, and then they'll have another insignia below that of what their specialty is. So And like, I know a lot of doctors and nurses, so that kind of like just threw me off, just knowing what they usually do wear on their uniforms, especially doctors.
I'm a big guy, and I've been training for a long time, and I could never quite get my chest to look the way I wanted it to. That's when I saw the Pec Sculptor. I was pretty eager to try it, and that's, I'll tell you, after one workout, you can really feel it working. I was hooked. It does what the name says. It sculpts your pec.
Now, when it comes to the master trainer, I do kind of feel with him, okay? I was born with absolute shit genetics for a chest. Like, chest is probably one of my weakest body parts ever, and no matter what I do, it just feels like I cannot build it up. So I kind of understand his struggle. But the other thing, though, is that in the two photos he shows, like, I don't really see that much of a difference in the photos. Like, you look at him with what kind of looks like really bad lighting, just like a simple mirror selfie for like what everyone has taken that has a smartphone. And man, if you have a smartphone, you've taken one of these photos. But then the second one, it kind of looks like they did add a bit of a filter from Adobe Lightroom, and it looks like he's just smiling a little more, maybe lost a little bit of fat, but I don't really see a sculpted chest too much like what I was expecting to see from this. And also, 1 second, you see with me, I do have a decent chest. Like, I can bench 225 maybe 4 times. Like, the 4th time might accidentally guillotine me, but I can do that, and my chest is still, it's pretty decent. I mean, like, I bench 200 easily, but I don't have a really good chest, so I kind of know what he's talking about. Yes, I had to put my shirt back on so that this thing can be PG. It's not PG-13 anymore. But like with the trainer, what I'm really hoping this trainer realizes is that doing flies is not the way you're going to get a sculpted chest. You've got to lose the fat before you can see the muscle.
Show just how powerful the Pec Sculptor is. We asked some of the strongest looking people we could find to give us their take on it. Then just lift it up like this, and then just squeeze them together.
Oh wow. I'm like 3 reps in and I'm already feeling it.
18, 19, 20.
Woo.
How does it feel?
It burns like burns.
Just like that.
Okay.
Just bring them together.
Yeah. Wow. I feel it.
23, 24, 25. How does that feel?
Wow. Yeah, I definitely feel it.
This next video, Jeff said they were going to the beach to find some of the strongest looking men they could find, and then they came out with this guy. And my first expectations were, oh, he's going to bring about a collage about 5 people where he shows them using his fitness device. But instead he brings a guy that just does not look like he's all in that great of shape. And I'm not trying to body shame him at all. That's just from what I see. And then Jeff brings in a 2-time Mr. Universe, John Hansen. And after my own research, I did find that, well, I didn't know too conclusively if this is him because there's no really recent pictures of him except from like 2016 when he was doing some video shoot, but it just still just does not look to me like it is John Hansen. I don't know, like I said, I did my research, but it just still, it's kind of inconclusive to me. When he brings him out, then he starts doing that and he goes, oh wow, I can feel it. Well, I mean, a contraction doesn't really mean that you are working your chest. Like, whenever someone feels a burn from contracting their muscle, that's mostly just due to the lactic acid coming into the muscle and burning it. It's like toxins in the muscle that can't get out. That doesn't mean you're going to be building a big chest. And one thing I like that Scott Herman mentioned is when they are doing this, and it says like, they're talking 24, 25, 26. I want to really know if they were actually at 24, 25, or if like a former bodybuilder was actually like 50 or 60 before he could get tired, because I know even like former bodybuilders, and this, well, on this device they say it's up to 30 pounds of resistance. Well, that means 15 pounds on each side. Like a former bodybuilder should be able to do 15 pounds for 60 flies pretty easily. Also, I do feel that John Hansen being in this video is like Arnold being in Game Changers. I feel like they're just in that video to be an authoritative figure. Just kind of like the doctor and the master trainer in there. They're kind of in there just to be authoritative figures. Psychology says that people will accept something more from an authority figure or from a person in authority.
Trying to really chisel in those cuts, or just trying to tone up for the beach, the Pec Sculptor can help get you that body you always wanted. And
in that video, I really appreciate how Jeff is doing this whole thing, where he's just crossing his arms over like that. it looks like he did have a bit of a pump too. And you can see in the video that his shoulder blade is popping up. And I know a lot of guys in the gym, when they're trying to look big for Instagram, they will do this, just cross their arms over so that they look bigger in the chest. And also, I think he did get a little bit of a pump on before this too, but I just noticed that, how he stand here like that. And a lot of guys who are not that big yet in the fitness industry will stand like this just so that they look a little bit bigger. Well, also in the video when he says it's going to promote muscle definition and toning, well, the first one, muscle definition. What is muscle definition? Muscle definition is being able to see your muscle. And how do you get muscle definition? You get that by building up a muscle and then losing the fat around it so you can actually see the muscle. Or unless you're not all that fat, you just do the really hard work to build up that muscle. And on a personal note, I just don't like the word tone at all. When people say tone, they're saying like, oh, my arms are a little bit flabby, I want to tone them, just tone them. And I don't know why, it's just like a personal pet peeve of mine that I have. I just don't like the word tone. I feel like they should just use fat loss, or they're trying to maybe work their muscle, but not really tone. That's just, I believe that's a term invented long ago, like probably in the 80s or 90s, and it just, I personally, on a personal note, I just can't stand that word.
Just minutes a day. It's like doing crunches for your chest. Design.
But the last thing that really struck me in this commercial is when he calls it crunches for the chest. Yet every good trainer would know that crunches, you cannot crunch your way to sculpted six-pack abs. So I was already there, I was skeptical before, and already right now after he said that, I'm beyond skeptical. Like, I just don't believe in this product at all. Just like how you can't do thousands of crunches a day to get sculpted abs, you can't do cable flies every single day and get a sculpted chest. If you really want to reveal muscle definition, you're gonna have to lose that fat. I know Jeff commented on my previous YouTube video how they do mention diet on their website. I looked through it and I could not find diet anywhere on the website. I looked through a little bit more about what they were saying about this thing. They said that it provides 30 pounds or up to 30 pounds of resistance, which for most people, unless they are beginners, 30 pounds for a cable fly or a pec deck is really not all that much weight. Since we are at the end of this video, I want to give an overall conclusion about this video. I'm going to give credit to Jeff, just like every other fitness person I rip on, because at least they are getting people off their asses and to work out. As a trainer, that is 70% of the problem. That's like 70% of your job, is to try and get people off their ass and to work out. So I give him big props for that. But my main argument is that flies are not all that effective for sculpting a chest. Like, there are so many more, far more effective movements for the chest than just simple flies. Like, there's a lot of horizontal pressing. You know, you got the bench press with a barbell or a dumbbell, incline, decline. Then you got dips, push-ups. You can do it with weight resistance band. You got stuff like that, which I feel like is going to be a whole lot more effective than just doing a lot of flies every day. And actually, I'm coming out with a video about why I don't think flies are all that necessary for building up a chest, which a video from Athlete Next actually helped give me the motivation to make a video about this. And personally, just from studying biomechanics, I just don't think it's that effective of an exercise. So guys, one thing will not change when it comes to sculpting a body. Just like sculpting your abs, you're gonna have to put in the hard work to get there. Like with abs, you're gonna have to do a lot of weighted movements and do other compound lifts to really build up your abs. And just like with your chest or any other body part you want to bring up or sculpt, you're gonna have to put in the hard work by doing all these exercises that suck, that are compound lifts. You're gonna have to do those. And then you're gonna have the diet to lose the fat to really reveal the muscle definition. So you cannot get away sculpting something just by doing one simple movement. You've got to do a combination of hard work and diet. And people did ask me, have I had experience with anything like this? Well, actually, if I can reach it right here, you see these things? These things are grip handles. And back when I was like 13, 14, these were actually very difficult for me to do. Like, I could get a decent workout in. But after about 2 or 3 weeks, I stopped seeing results. Why? Because these devices are not as good as just simple putting in the hard work and really working your forearms through other heavy movements. Like, as a beginner, you will initially see results. And beginners, you're going to see results no matter what. You could be following the world's worst program and you're going to see results because this is a brand new stimulus to this. And the one thing I really saw with this video, when it says it's 30 pounds of resistance, you're initially going to get results, especially if you just do not have a good mind-muscle connection with your chest. You can't activate it through usual workouts like push-ups or bench press or dumbbell press. But the one weakness this thing has when it does come to sculpting muscles is you cannot progressively overload. Like, you could get up to about 3 sets of 60 per day with that, but that's not going to give you the chest you need. By progressively overloading means you are putting a big new stimulus onto your muscle, and you're going to need to go up in weight to keep that going. So to see more results, like I said, you will see initial ones, especially if you do not have a good mind-muscle connection, nor good form, or you are a beginner. You're going to see initial results, but you really need that progressive overload to continue seeing results and to actually so-called sculpt your chest. To recap what I'm saying, those of you who do buy this machine, you will see initial results. Like, you are going to see results for maybe about 2-3 weeks, maybe a month at the longest, but eventually you are going to stall out because you need to progressively overload your muscle. And by doing 3 sets of 60 every day, you're not going to build that. Eventually you're going to need to put heavy weight on to continue seeing more results. And you're going to need to have a good diet to lose that fat so you can see the muscles you have built up. So guys, flies, like Jeff said, just like crunches to the chest, crunches are not by themselves going to give you sculpted abs. That's going to be a combination of years of hard work, so putting in the work and really taxing your core to build it up, and then stripping away that fat through diet changes. So like that, just like crunches for the abs, flies will not give you a sculpted chest. So with this, I would definitely recommend that you stay a little bit cautious of this. If you want to go buy it, go right ahead. But what I'm saying is just be cautious about this. Like I learned with these. It will work for about a month, but then you will stop seeing results. Like with these, I can now do this easily for like 3 sets of 60 every day. So be careful what you think and really consider if you want to do this. So at the end of this video, if you truly do want to build a physique you are proud of and you just want to get the life that you deserve, head over to my Instagram right now and DM me what it says in the bio. Or if you just don't want to do that, head over to my Facebook page. If any of you still use Facebook, like it, and also join my Facebook group, Saiyan Warriors. There, you can get a message from me and answer some questions I do post there daily regarding your goals. So anyway, if you like this video and you haven't done it yet, smash that like button. If you have anything you want to tell me about this video, let me know in the comment section down below. And also, to my current and future badass Saiyans out there, keep kicking ass. And I'll see you badasses later.